Good morning, everybody. My name is Clay Pearson, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as the city manager for the city of Pearland, Texas. It's another beautiful day here in Pearland, and we're trying something new today. We're using Periscope to do a little question and answer session about growth and development, anything that might come to mind under that topic that you may have. So I encourage you to send in your questions. We'll go through those and have Sparkle here, one of our communications experts, pose those to us. I'm joined here today with Lada Krishnaro. She is our Community Development Director. So Lada, welcome.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first session of Periscope. I'm honored to be here. I have been with the City of Pearland for the last 13 years, and I'm the Director of Community Development. I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And again, thanks a lot for joining us this morning.
So we dubbed this 900 seconds, and if you can do the math, that's about 15 minutes. And we do have a couple of questions I think we wanted to get started with. So Sparkle, we're going to throw those out at us, or Robert?
What is the status of the quiet zone?
So the quiet zone is a process that the city has to go through, and it refers to railroads and trains coming through town not being required to use their air horns as much, and it requires going through a lot of technical steps and road improvements, frankly, so that there's a safety zone, and then the railroads would not be required to use their horns as much. This refers primarily in Pearland to an area around State Highway 35 and Broadway, around the Old Town area. A lot of the State Highway 35 work that's been completed was done with this quiet zone in mind. Frankly, right now we're still in the process of working with the State Department of Transportation, TxDOT, and then the railroads who could object to that, and making sure we check off all the boxes. So it's been going on for about a year and a half at least to work through that. And on that one, I'm afraid it's probably several months off until we can declare victory and say that the railroads no longer have to use their horns as much in town.
How does the city promote growth and development in an economic sense?
Yeah, growth and development, every city government has that as one of their top priorities, because you need a vibrant economy, you need the investments, you need the jobs, you need the whole package to create a whole community. Probably the most visible example is our Pearland Economic Development Corporation and our Convention and Visitors Bureau. Those are two city-supported agencies that have very specific missions towards economic development. The Economic Development Corporation is out there promoting Pearland as a place to do business, working with partners like our Pearland Chamber of Commerce, which is also very large and active, representing the business community. The PEDC has tools. They can provide incentives for on a very pretty strict criteria basis for job creations and high investment numbers. The Convention Visitors Bureau likewise is charged with ensuring that our travel, tourism, visitor industry is vibrant and has options, getting the word out for conferences and stays, and again leveraging our great position in Pearland next to Hobby Airport, just down 288 from downtown Houston. I can see NRG Stadium from my office right now. There's a lot of great things about what's going on in this area when it comes to economic development. So between the PEDC and the CVB, those are the specific agencies. I think we all at the city have a role in economic development in terms of creating a hospitable place for business. And a lot of that internally goes to the Community Development Department, which has our design regulations, make sure that building projects follow a process for building permits, and a lot of maybe amplify on that a little bit.
Sure. One of the things that is important is, from a land use perspective, is to make sure that we retain our industrially zoned land so that we can attract businesses to this town. So we are very cognizant of the fact that we need to maintain land that has potential for commercial and industrial development, and make sure that we, through our development processes and permitting processes, provide a streamlined permitting process for these people who want to locate in Pearland. So those are the two things that we focus in our community development department, in addition to making sure, like Clay mentioned, that the aesthetics are high and that any development that comes to Pearland not only adds to the value of the city, but is also ensured that there is adjacency, predictability. Whatever happens around them is going to be the same standard that they build on.
And if I could just add on that, that last bit's important to me. I think people, businesses, they need to know that their investment is going to be sustainable, that what they put in today is going to retain its value, and we all have a big role in that with public safety, public works, transportation, to be able to get around. People aren't going to go to a place where they don't have a high degree of confidence that their investment's going to pay off and grow over the long haul. And I think it's one of the things that we offer at the city is these plans and development trends make sure that we have a long-term view in hand. It's not just the project today that's going to be something that contributes to the city of Pearland for decades to come.
How can we attract and retain profitable businesses and talented people?
Well, a lot of that, I guess the easiest answer would be back to PEDC and what they're doing with getting the Pearland name out there. It's a very competitive environment. There's lots of great communities around us, and we're happy and we're successful when they're successful, but we also work to get our fair share of those projects. We've got great location. It's up to us at the city to leverage that, make sure that people know about that and think about our community as one of those top investment places. And I think the results speak for themselves. There's a strong mix of residential office developments. Retail is very strong in Pearland. I don't know if I remember the number, what you finished in 15 with for single family housing developments. The rooftops are here, so people are wanting to come here to be in Pearland.
Right, and just to add to what Clay said, we permitted 1,457 single-family residences in 2015. It has the number of single-family residential has consistently increased since 2009. So we are happy about that. Also, I think what is important to attract talented people and profitable business is to make sure that we have a variety of housing choices. Not everybody is going to be looking for a suburban single-family home. So the younger professionals want something more, different types of housing, and also different opportunities for cultural entertainment and other venues. So the 2015 Comprehensive Plan has a whole section on housing, which actually deals with these issues and how Pearland can position itself better to get the talented people that will be moving to the Houston area.
A lot of you sparked up for me too. We'd be remiss if we didn't make explicit that public schools are a huge component of that. In Pearland, we're blessed, very fortunate that we do have such strong public schools. Pearland ISD, Alvin ISD, and there's a little bit of Fort Bend as well. So there's great public school choices that goes hand in glove with having a great community. So really, I think we've got a great package where we work closely with the schools. They've got their mission, obviously, for providing that education, but that's something that we never want to take for granted. I just want to thank everybody for joining us, and I'm sure this will be available archived for viewing. This is something new. If you got any feedback or suggestions or different topics, I'm sure we'll take a strong look at that. And we're very intent about communicating and sharing what's going on at the city and telling our story. It's a great place. I've enjoyed for the last year and a half here, and I've been fortunate to work with a great team, and we're happy to talk about Pearland anytime you want. Thanks.
Thank you.